Good afternoon. I am super excited about today's video. And the reason why I'm so excited is because today is my first official video as a life coach. And I'm really excited about that. Now, many of you have seen me do videos before dealing with travel, and I will continue to do my travel videos. However, today I get to put on my life coach hat. So I want to also say happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. As you can see, I'm wearing my green sweater since it is St. Patrick's Day. And before we jump right into it, in case you see me looking down occasionally, it's because I have my notes. Y'all know I do notes because I can't try to remember everything. So if you see me looking down, that's because I have my notes. So now we're going to jump right on into this video. And today we're going to be talking about something that is very near and dear to me, and that is changing your circle of influence. What does that really mean? Well, it means the people that you hang around the most. Because some of the people that we hang around, they don't mean us bad, but they don't really mean us any good either, because they don't really want much out of life. So they're not going to encourage you to want much out of life either. So you got to be careful about who's in your, what I like to call my inner circle. And I'm thankful that in my inner circle, I have people that push me to do better and to be better. And so after this video, hopefully you look at your inner circle and make a few changes here and there as well. So I want to share this quote with you that I've heard E.T. or Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher as he's known, and I've heard him say this before, and I love this quote, so I wanted to share it with you. What he says is, when you change your circle of influence, then and only then will you be successful. Let's let that sink in for just a second. When you change your circle of influence, then and only then will you be successful. Now, what does that mean? Well, let's look at it like this. Let's say you hang around with a group of 10 other people, right? And these 10 other people, you know, they get up every day, they go to a job that they don't like, and at the end of the day, y'all sit around and talk about how awful work was every single day, because it's always something. Now, you're fairly okay with your job. You don't have any problems. You get along with your supervisor and your coworkers. But after a while, hearing these 10 friends of yours go on and on about how they hate their jobs, eventually, guess what? You're going to be number 11. And then you're going to join in with the whole complaining about your job. It's going to always be something wrong, something that you don't like. But here's the thing. These 10 people are complaining about their jobs, but they're not looking for anything else. And you get so consumed with what they're complaining about that you don't think to say, well, hey, if y'all don't like the job that you're doing, find something else to do. But eventually, I'm telling you, if you hang around with those 10 people that are negative and always complaining, you will become the 11th person. I can pretty much promise you that, because I've seen it happen before. Okay, so we want to make sure we look at our inner circle of friends and start weeding out the ones that don't encourage us to be better people, that don't encourage us to do more than what we're doing. Now, I'm not saying that you can't still love these people, these individuals. You can't still break bread with them, even vacation with them if you like, but they just really can't be in your inner circle, not when you're trying to be successful and they are okay with being average. Because guess what? This is 2016 and we're done with being average. There is no more being average. We want to be above average and whatever's above that, okay? So I encourage you also to surround yourself with winners. Let me say that one more time. Surround yourself with winners. Sometimes we think we're doing a great thing when we have a winning attitude, and the people that we hang around, they have this negative, what I call a negative Nancy kind of attitude, and we think we're winning. No, you're not. Because guess what? Those people drain on you. Believe it or not, they do drain on you. And over time, that winning attitude that you had is now gone, because you've allowed the people in your inner circle to drain your energy. Okay, so surround yourself with winners. And I'm not saying that these are people that have necessarily, quote unquote, made it, but they're winners in that they have a vision and they want something, they want more out of life. And this is the road that you're on. So you all need to get together, talk about it, encourage one another, and make it happen. Number one, you need friends that can open up doors for you. Now, what I mean by that is if you have friends that can only sit and listen to you complain or complain to you, that's not helpful. You need people that can open up doors for you. You know, I'm so thankful that, again, like I said, I have friends who, when I'm thinking about doing things and I mention it to them, they can say, "Oh, you know what? I know someone, or I know someone that knows someone," but I'm always able to get what it is that I need because I know the right people. And if they don't know if they can't help me what I need, they know the right people. So again, you need friends that can open up doors for you. Okay. Number two, you need friends who will push you to your limits and beyond. Limits and beyond. What does that mean? Again, you have to have friends that are going to say, okay, I know Michelle wants to do A, B, and C, so I'm going to keep pushing her. I'm going to mention to her every now and then, I'm going to say, hey, Michelle, how's the business plan coming? Hey, Michelle, how is the coaching coming? Hey, Michelle, how is the travel business coming? And more importantly for me, how is the writing coming? You see what I'm saying? You need to have friends that will push you to your limits, but then further beyond your limits. That is so critical because it gives you a sense of accountability, because we do all get to a place where, you know, sometimes we fall off for whatever reason. Life happens to all of us, and so we stop doing the things that we know we need to do. But I'm thankful that I always have friends that will say, how is this going? How is that going? And in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I need to get back on track. So again, you need friends who will push you to your limit and beyond. Third thing, you need friends who will challenge your thinking. They should challenge you to see past what you think you can do. I can't stress that enough. I can't stress that enough. If you say to me, well, Michelle, you know what? I want to start a small catering business, and I know that you have the ability to do big things, I'm not going to be okay with that. I'm going to say to you, well, you know what? A small catering business is nice, but let's think big. You know what I'm saying? Let's go after big contracts. Let's not go after these, small contracts. Let's do it big, because I'm the kind of person, I want to do things big, and I want everybody else around me to do them big. And you know, sometimes I know I have to pull back just a little bit, but again, you need friends who will challenge your thinking. They should challenge you to see past what you think you can do. And you know, I think about when some of you know that I'm also a power lifter. So many things. I wear a lot of hats. But my coach, I remember when I first started training with him, and he said, I want you to do whatever it was. And because I had never done that weight before, I told myself I couldn't do it. But I'm thankful that I have a coach that said, yes, you can. And so the whole time I'm saying I can't do it, and I don't even recall what it was now, but whatever it was, the whole time I'm saying I can't do it, I'm doing it. And he's like, you said you couldn't do it, but guess what? You just did it. So that's what I'm talking about when I say you need friends that will challenge your thinking and push you well beyond what you can do. Because I promise you, whatever it is that you think you can do more than that. Okay? So let's just recap one more time, and I'm going to let you go because I want you to let all of this sink in. Number one, we said you need friends that can open up doors for you. Number two, you need friends who will push you to your limits and beyond. And I mean well beyond, okay? And number three, you need friends who will challenge your thinking. They should challenge you to see past what you think you can do. Because I promise you, you can do more than what you think you can. And so with that, I'm going to leave you with these three things to think about. And I hope that you will, you know, take what I said to heart and make some changes within your inner circle. And like I said, I'm not saying that you cannot love these people and you can't vacation and break bread with them. But when it comes to you being successful, you have to be very, very careful about who you have in your inner circle. And with that, I'm going to leave you until we meet again. Take care.